Now for our feature story of the day. MicroStrategy to raise $42 billion to buy Bitcoin in a 2021 plan, which Michael Saylor announced yesterday on the MicroStrategy earnings call. This is big news. Huge. We're talking over 500,000 Bitcoin more they're looking to buy over the course of the next 3 years. So let's break this baby down. Michael Saylor, we refer to him as Mikey Saylor around yonder. MicroStrategy is gearing up to raise $42 billion over the next 3 years to accumulate more of the biddy. The firm revealed the plan, dubbed the 2021 plan, will consist of $21 billion in equity and $21 billion in fixed income securities over the next 3 years, according to a statement from MicroStrategy. The $42 billion in Bitcoin is equivalent to about 578,586 Bitcoin, accounting for 2.7% of the total Bitcoin supply. They already have 1% of the circulating supply with their 252,000. So they're looking to add another 578,000. Nothing to see here. MicroStrategy's president and CEO Phong Le said the move would bolster the firm's return from holding Bitcoin. Quoting him here, as a Bitcoin treasury company, we plan to use the additional capital to buy more Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset in a manner that will allow us to achieve higher Bitcoin yield. MicroStrategy reported its current Bitcoin year-to-date yield is 17.8%, with plans to achieve an annual Bitcoin yield of 6 to 10% between 2025 and 2027. Here's the big announcement from Michael Saylor himself. Saylor announces $42 billion capital plan, including $21 billion ATM equity, offering and a target of raising a $21 billion in fixed income securities. And he said, join us at 5 p.m. to hear the call. And a lot of our folk over here at CNA tuned into that call and they said it was fantastic with a lot of excitement because they reached out to me. Crypto commenter, Bitcoin mining stock guy said he was bullish on the news after pointing out that the $21 billion is like the total market cap of all the public miners combined. Meanwhile, quant volatility researcher Ryan McGinnis weighed in on the plan, saying that it is the escape velocity. The only question is how wide will the gap be between MicroStrategy and every other public company on Earth combined, and even countries. This comes after McGinnis said March 6th that MicroStrategy was a monopoly of value. And remember Jim Cramer and everyone fudding MicroStrategy? It's crazy. In September, and even Peter Schiff said MicroStrategy stock's going to go to zero. Okay, Peter Schiffmeister. Meanwhile, MicroStrategy completed a $1 billion offering at 0.6% convertible senior notes due in 2028 back in September, with plans to use a portion of the proceeds for a Bitcoin acquisition. The private offering, which concluded September 19th, targeted institutional investors, enabling the conversion into cash or MicroStrategy stock, and reported on October 25th, MicroStrategy increased over 1,500% since 1999 compared to Microsoft's 1,460% gains during the same 25-year period. So clearly, MicroStrategy has been outpacing Microsoft. And now the million-dollar question is, will Microsoft adopt Bitcoin? They have hundreds of billions of dollars of cash, which is a melting ice cube, as Saylor once described those who, hodl fiat in a bank or treat fiat as a store of value. So if Microsoft, one of the largest companies right now in the entire world, is to adopt Bitcoin, that's going to be massive. And allegedly, as of yesterday, shareholders started voting on whether to adopt Bitcoin or not. And I got to point out the obvious. Two of the largest shareholders of the Microsoft company are Vanguard. They own 9%, and BlackRock. They own 7% when I looked that up. So clearly, BlackRock is bullish. They're purchasing $1 billion worth of Bitcoin per day, for Christ's sake. So very good prospect that Microsoft actually adopts Bitcoin. Let me know if you think they will or if they won't, and how do you think that will likely impact the Bitcoin market, and how do you think Michael Saylor's 500,000+ Bitcoin acquisition over the next 3 years, spending $42 billion, will impact the price. I've seen projections already that it's going to set the floor of Bitcoin at 89,000 and send Bitcoin right to 100,000, because Michael Saylor himself, single-handedly, through MicroStrategy, will be acquiring more Bitcoin than the mine supply, meaning them alone are going to be purchasing more Bitcoin than is going to be available through the mine supply. That's crazy. That doesn't factor into BlackRock purchasing $1 billion a day. It doesn't factor in Fidelity or any of the other asset management giants. It doesn't factor in El Salvador. It doesn't factor in sovereign wealth funds, retirement funds, Florida, other states like Wisconsin. So we couldn't be more bullish right now on the Bitcoin. So there you go. I'm going to read your comments out loud. That'd be nice if Microsoft bought the biddy. Let's go. Well, we should hear soon the official announcement within the next week or two, I hear. I bet that would cause Gates to go into a meltdown. Probably. They say Gates currently only owns 1%, which is still a lot of money, like $4 or $5 billion worth of Microsoft. Obviously, he's the founder. I wouldn't buy Windows with Bitcoin. The program would try to put a virus in my wallet. Agreed. I don't support Microsoft. I don't support anything Bill Gates has done. I don't even support the Xbox because it's the same company behind it. You already know how I feel. But nonetheless, if they stack the biddy, they stack the biddy. We front run them just like we did Wall Street, BlackRock, Michael Saylor, etc. And you already know because Adam Back, the Bitcoin OG, and Samson Mao were recently with the CEO of Microsoft. So tell me they were having a conversation and not getting orange pilled. Come on now. So you already know, very high chance Microsoft adopts the biddy. Let me know if you agree.